war. God versus man.
Holy kablamo, Batman. That trailer was so meaty, I don't even know where to begin, really. We're about to break down the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice trailer for all of the details and Easter eggs that is contained therein, the most epic superhero fight ever. We've been waiting for this for so long, and now it's here. I'm Gabe Howriter, and here are all the Easter eggs that you need to know about in the new Batman vs Superman trailer. This is #news. The trailer actually starts off near the end of the last movie, Man of Steel, when Superman is fighting Zod, but we see this from Bruce Wayne's perspective. The tower that we see getting destroyed is the Wayne Enterprise building, so Bruce Wayne is understandably pissed. The big criticism of Man of Steel was the huge destruction of Metropolis at the end, so this movie now takes those consequences and explores them, like the US Senate wanting to rein in Superman's powers and Batman wanting to stop him completely. This is how the movie's set up. But how did all that Metropolis destruction in Man of Steel affect Batman? Zack Snyder at Comic-Con confirmed Metropolis and Gotham are sister cities across the bay from each other. Metropolis is the rich, Gotham is the poor. Kind of similar to real-world San Francisco and Oakland, as opposed to the classic comparison that they represent New York and Chicago. We have a new Alfred, played by Jeremy Irons. Oh, I love Jeremy Irons. You know him as Scar from The Lion King. We see Alfred walking up to a dilapidated Wayne manor, so we can assume that this is a new era for Batman. Looks like somebody sent Bruce Wayne an article stripped from the newspaper that says, "You let your family die," strewn across it. This could be the Joker taunting Batman. It is in his chaotic red handwriting. It's a recurring theme in Bruce's life that the people he cares for most die. His parents, his Robins, and now his employees. Dozens of them. Couldn't get an exact number there from the Daily Planet. Just dozens. Thanks, production designer. This version of Batman is much darker. He's been Batman for decades. This is not new for him. He's based on Frank Miller's Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. He's been fighting criminals for so long. He's grizzled. He's jaded. This is a much more brutal form of Bruce Wayne than we've ever seen before. Hence the bat symbol branded into the tied-up bad guy there. This form of vigilantism is also a contrast to Superman's wholesome way of fighting crime.
You don't know this world a thing.
Interesting pep talk with Superman's mother. This continues Zack Snyder's Superman, where his parents are telling him, you don't need to save the world at any cost. But could Dawn of Justice be introducing a new unsympathetic Superman who might not necessarily save everybody? Take this scene of people trying to escape this flood on their rooftop, reaching up toward the deity Superman, and him not necessarily helping them. We don't know. Superman, what are you just teasing them? Come on, dude. Maybe you just don't want to touch that pruny hand. I mean, she's been in the water so long, right? All jokes aside, though, people are obviously conflicted in this film about Superman's role. This is probably a main theme of the film. Is Superman too powerful for humanity's own good, or do we desperately need him to save us from every little kerfluffle we can't get ourselves out of? I think what we're seeing here is this inner conflict in Superman that says, is everyone worth saving? And here's our first look at Wonder Woman. Oh, no, sorry, that's Jesse Eisenberg. Is this even the same film? No, JK, he's playing Lex Luthor, and at some point he gains the upper hand over Superman, whether through kryptonite or a hostage situation or something else entirely. Here's Mercy Graves, Lex Luthor's bodyguard. She looks great. But no, you know what? We're not that shallow here at NMR. She's a complex character, deadly fighter, originally from the cartoon Superman, the animated series. Interesting that Zack isn't pulling from just the comics, but from the animated series as well. Here's a dead Zod. What are they going to do with Zod's bod? There's some speculation that they could be studying his corpse to find some sort of weakness. It might be used to create a secret weapon, like the Doomsday character. And if you remember from the comics, Doomsday does end up killing Superman, so this could be an important plot point. This is another big moment in the trailer. This outfit looks a lot like Robin's. You can see where the yellow clasps would be. In the comics, the Jason Todd Robin was killed by Joker with a crowbar. Pretty sad, pretty gross. If that's true in this movie, then this is a direct reference to that. Now in the source material, The Dark Knight Returns, Robin is dead, so it's very likely that this is a part of Batman's mental state. If this is the Joker's handwriting, then it's most likely his attempts to goad Batman, and I for one hope it works. A pissed off Batman is an awesome Batman. Also in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman does get a new Robin as the female Carrie Kelly, so maybe we'll get to meet her at the end too. Okay, here's Gal Gadot at a fancy event. Her outfit is a nice nod to the 70s Wonder Woman who wore a white bodysuit. Check out those gold chains. Who she thinks she is with that fat chain? 2 chains? There's only 1 chain, right? What's interesting about the inclusion of Wonder Woman here is that in the comics, there are definitely sparks between her and Batman, and we can see it's very obvious in the trailer here. But if we stick with the comic storyline, Superman could get mixed up in this love triangle, which would end up being a very weird, very epic pseudo-love affair between Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Now in the comic storyline, Wonder Woman sees Superman as her only worthy mate because they see themselves on the same level, aka gods among men. Ah, little Easter egg here, Superman is only 6'8", so technically I'm taller than him. Awesome. 6'11".
No.
I'm barely 6 foot. I'm standing on 2 apple boxes right now. Like, this is me. Cool? Can we move on? Here we see some militarized dudes kneeling before Superman with S patches on their shoulders. Who are these guys? They clearly claim to be his representatives. Whether or not he personally dispatches them, word is still out. I'll call every one of you personally when I find out. Lex Luthor saying,
The red capes are coming.
could refer to this Superman militia. Okay, not sure what's happening here. It's an underwater shot. That could be a tease for the rumored inclusion of Aquaman. Wonder Woman is here with her famous bracelets that can stop bullets and create shockwaves. This jet could possibly be Wonder Woman's. It's not invisible though, so maybe she's just leasing the Batwing. Here she is right next to the destroyed cockpit. Not doing much for the stereotype of women drivers, Wonder Woman. Later we see her with her lasso of truth, which can force anyone to tell the truth. So that probably just looks like people going, yeah, you're super attractive. Yes, I find you really attractive. Yes, I would like to sleep. You get the idea. And if you didn't catch this, in the first 20,000 depictions of Batman, we see Bruce parents get shot again. But as revealed at Comic-Con, we now know who's responsible for that.
Did you enjoy the show, Conan?
I loved it, Mother.
Dr. Thomas and Martha Wayne.
No, we're the O'Briens.
He's looking for Bruce Wayne's mom and dad. They're over in that alley.
Thanks, kid.
Conan. That scoundrel. God, I still love him though. He's still so funny. Here we see crowds protesting outside of Superman's Senate hearing at the Capitol, but then later we see them ducking from something. What are they ducking from? Are they being attacked at Superman's hearing? Is Wonder Woman coming in and telling them to lay off her man? Here's a plain-clothed Wonder Woman getting into a nice car. Check out the guy checking her out. Easy, dude. She's way out of your Justice League. Don't know really what's happening here. This is a strange desert land. It's rumored that this is Themyscira, Wonder Woman's home. We do know that production had to be moved from Morocco to New Mexico because of an Ebola outbreak. Where were you on that one, Superman? Not sure where we are, but something's going down. There's no indication of why it's deserted or why there's so much destruction. This could be Batman. His goggles and trench coat are reminiscent of his Elseworld styles. Or not. He does snap a dude's neck here, so that's kind of against his moral code. It could be one of the sons of Batman. In The Dark Knight Returns, there's a whole plot about thugs that become vigilantes and call themselves the Sons of Batman, but they aren't afraid to kill. This combined with Superman's soldiers could be a reference to Injustice Gods Among Us video game universe where Superman becomes a despotic ruler. So maybe these two groups are gonna duke it out. One can only pray. The destruction continues back in the city where LexCorp is on fire. Here's Lex Luthor looking at a giant chunk of kryptonite. Now that's probably not how he loses his hair, but seeing that he gets cancer from kryptonite in the comics, it's probably not best to stare directly at it, Lex. I know someone else who might like to get his hands on some kryptonite to fight Superman. This is a way that Batman and Lex Luthor could possibly team up, maybe. Makes sense that Lex and Bruce know each other. They're both billionaires in the same square mileage. All billionaires always rub elbows. They're like, let's team up. Well, we're already rubbing elbows.
God versus man.
Here's a cool moment of Batman replicating the cover of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. Very cool homage to the source material. So how many epic battle scenes can we expect between Batman and Superman? Well, it looks like at least 2 because of Batman's outfit changes. He's got the classic Batman outfit, and then he has the cooler lit up eyes version. For those of you wondering, how does Batman even stand a chance against Superman, who could like flick his jaw off or look at him and burn him to smithereens? Well, Superman isn't trying to kill Batman. He refuses to kill people. So this whole fight is basically grizzled, jaded Batman versus Superman's moral compass. Man, that really took the wind out of our sails, didn't it? A lot less epic when you put it that way. All right, well there you have it, man. I'm excited for this. It's gritty and violent, just the way I like my superheroes. I must say, I am a bit skeptical that they're not gonna push it far enough. They're gonna play it safe and not do justice to the dawn of justice. So what do you think of the trailer, huh? Tell us below in the comments. Is it too dark? Not dark enough? Honestly, how is Batman not gonna die after the first punch? Is Superman just batting him around like a cat in a yarn?
Gabe.
You know? Like this video if you'd like to speculate further on the trailer's hidden gems or perhaps suggest a better crossover alternative. Fast Park 7, anyone? Also guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, New Media Rockstars. Keep up to date with our latest rumors and speculations and other pop culture shots in the dark. I've been Gabe Howriter, and I'm gonna go get this design on my shirt branded into my chest. You guys have the brand, right? Ow! Didn't know it was gonna be so hot.